Hey, thank you. I need a condensed version of PKA. I need Kyle to tell me about a TV show I've never seen in like 5 minutes. Woody, I need you to Taylor, I need you to give me as many accents as you can. And Woody, I need you to fundamentally not understand something about the human condition. Go.
All right, so you definitely want to check out Mr. In Between. Mr. In Between FX.
Okay, Mr. In Between, got it. Woody, go.
Why would anyone watch that?
There you go. Taylor, go.
I don't know which race. So many options. Man, you've really boiled it down. You really distilled the 4 hours here. That is,
I know shows.
And that was PKA.
That's PKA. 544. Anyway,
And Destiny, if you have anything you need to indoctrinate children with for the Globo Homo agenda, I need you to get that out right away at the beginning so we can shout about it.
yes, get your guys shouted.
It'll come over the first time again.
And that's the coolest grocery store I've ever been in my life. It is so badass. They have everything you can imagine from everywhere on the planet. Their produce section is as big as a gas station. No, it's bigger. It's 2 gas stations.
Most produce stations are as big as a gas station.
Yeah, I know.
I was so
wait a minute.
underwhelmed by that. It's the size of a room.
They have tomatoes and lettuce.
Like
They've got tomatoes as big as the sky.
like
And
when I go
tomatoes
to
the size of baseballs.
it's more than that. It's bigger. It's huge. It's huge. All right.
How many gas stations is it?
It's at least. I'm talking about the pumps too, though. Like it's huge.
How many gas stations is it?
1,000.
Whoa! Whoa! 1,000 gas
If
stations.
this grocery store is even special.
Here, Woody, we got this grocery store here. They got all the vegetables. Tomatoes, zucchini.
All right, I'm looking it up. I gotta
pickles,
show
the
you
rest.
this. Now you-
This place sells Coca-Cola and Pepsi.
Believe it or not, you can walk to one more aisle. They've got an amount of chips the size of a house there for you to choose from. The size of a gas station, just the most mild comparison of any produce department. Oh, I tell you, this was 15 by 15. If it was 1,000,000 square yards. They had vegetables I've never even heard of. You ever heard of a turnip? Not me. Man, they got turnips. They got something called a jalapeno. Don't even know what that is. Probably some Mexican shit. They got something called Brussels sprouts. Man, what a world. How many vegetables do they have? Oh, you're not gonna believe this. It's called a carrot. And they got fucking bags and bags of them all out there.
Mini carrots, baby
Flush with carrots. They make little ones. Sometimes you can buy a bag of shaved ones. Man, how do they grow the shaved carrots?
They have milk.
Are they pre-shaved? Do they grow shaved? Anyway, vegetables. What else do they have?
What else does this magical grocery store have? They got everything.
They got this shit called kombucha in the corner.
Oh.
Yeah, kombucha.
Zach, could you do like a Google image search for the DeKalb International Market so I don't look like such a fool?
It's slower.
Oh, we're gonna have to reduce the pixel size because it's gonna be 1,000,000 billion feet wide.
What is it called? The DeCaptia?
It's DeKalb, DE. I think it's how do you spell DeKalb? DECALB. Maybe a K. I don't even know. DeKalb.
DEKALB. No,
Yeah.
that's the city in Illinois. Yeah, same thing in Georgia though.
And then International Market. That'll get. I gotta go blow my fucking nose. I got tears fucking falling. No, look. All jokes aside, although that was fucking hilarious. They have.
Is it called the World Market?
Okay. Look.
DeKalb Farmers Market? DeKalb World?
This is it.
World? Oh, someone found it. Okay.
Yeah, he's
That is
I
a
just
good
sent
photo
you
section,
what-
actually.
okay.
That's pretty legit. I'm going full screen.
like, so what I was gonna say was like, I'm walking through their produce section. This, and I don't recognize 40% of it. Like 40% of it is not like the things you're used to. It's all sorts of like,
What kind of wild shit they selling at the DeKalb?
I don't know,
International
lots of
Market?
weird melons and
How
long.
big are your
tube-
fucking gas stations, Kyle? That is an enormous gas station.
I misspoke. I'm high. God damn it.
Okay.
Are those no? Those have to be gourds. Are those bananas?
They have
No,
all
that-
sorts of like gourd like vegetables like that. Show some more, Zach. Like, do you have any more images? Like, show the fucking meat. Show the meat section now.
Show some more. Sam. You have to show how big my fruit stand is, so people don't think I'm a retard online.
How
they
far
got
is that
this-
place from you,
They
Kyle?
got
40
pears.
minutes.
They
40
got
minutes. So it's
apples.
not your local place, I guess.
No, it's where I go when I want to like cook for a girl or something, or like before I went to prison. I made a few meals that were like super fancy. And
Dude.
so I went here.
Pause that. There is a broken child in a grocery cart and a father repulsed by it. Are you looking at what I'm looking
I
at?
see it. I think maybe the kid just fell and he's like, ah. Like what
Well,
is
you
That's
should-
not
you
the
shouldn't-
reaction to
You shouldn't
fallen children.
recoil. God,
Yeah.
yeah. Woody, when Hope fell over like that, did you
Oh,
go?
I
how,
run.
Did you
I
go?
just let her
how,
handle-
How embarrassing!
That was kind of cringe.
Dude, bitch,
kinda
little
cringe.
cringe.
That would be so shit.
That would be so. A parent telling their child that like acting out is cringe. That's the generation we're going to grow up with. Yeah, but you're right. That is what jumped out. That kid is flailing, and this is an unremarkable size of a meat station.
It's good, but not.
You're not seeing these pictures are
outstanding.
terrible. All right, so let me explain.
Is that guy
You're-
wearing a hoodie instead of a hairnet?
You're seeing a fraction of it there. You're seeing a fraction of it. But they have.
Fraction is not descriptive.
You're seeing a fifth of the meat.
There's another whole gas station of meat behind that.
They have they have like they have everything. They have all these exotic things, international things. Like I don't know. I'd never been.
Carrots and tomatoes.
They had calf liver. Like I'd never seen calf liver or brains at a grocery store. They have calf brain for sale that you can buy, and like they have
Never seen that.
they have lobster tanks and crab tanks, and I think they do live shrimp too, maybe or crawfish. But they have like every fish I can imagine.
Ooh, they got
Um,
live crawdads you can get.
Yeah, almost certainly, they have everything. I've never
Do most
never
grocery stores have that? I feel like
crawdads live.
Most of them don't have
lobsters
crawdads
and
live.
stuff and live.
Oh,
I grew up in Ocean
lobsters,
City
yeah.
where that stuff was kind of normal. And
Yeah.
maybe it's normal everywhere. I don't know.
I see lobsters like in that tank sometimes when I go there. Being in the Midwest, if it's fucking in St. Louis, that must be around
Okay.
a lot of places.
Sure.
But
My favorite grocery store though, if you're in Atlanta and it's not too far away, definitely should check it out.
I feel like
Especially
you're
if you get
becoming a bit of an Atlanta boy, actually. Like you've grown to appreciate the benefits of population density. There are certainly some downsides, right? You know, the
cost.
the crime, the cost, the traffic, but there's some benefits. Grocery stores the size of gas stations, takeout, shit like I don't know. There are some good things about being near dense population.
Well, thank you guys so much for coming on again.
I appreciate you guys.
Probably the most requested duo, and I like the story arc of it because the first time we had both of you guys on, I remember like the first time we had Dick on, I remember like Woody brought up like, yeah, he had the argument with Destiny, and Dick was like, yeah, didn't go well, you know, like, you know, I guess it didn't go great, and then like over time, you guys come on the show, you get closer, then you're laughing. I saw a show online where you guys, I think you were physically at Dick's house, sitting recording,
Yeah.
and then like some people started calling in, and both of you were arguing at them. It's just a wonderful.
But you
story.
guys have seen each other in real life now?
Yeah.
Oh, neat. Yeah, no,
We're in each other's polycule.
I've also debated Destiny a few times. I'm O for however many times we did it. That's
There's this really weird thing. I'll blame half of my Cuban family. I don't know if people know Hispanic people. They scream at each other when they talk to each other. I used to spend summers down where my grandma lived in Hialeah in Florida. Miami, and I just that side of my family is always screaming at each other. Whenever I argue with my mom or my aunt, we're always screaming at each other. We usually chill after. And I noticed that online, there's like two people I know that we can have like a big argument, and then afterwards it's like whatever, I don't care, I'm not holding it, it's not personal, like we're not like going crazy, like half the time it's all like dumb political shit, like it doesn't personally affect any of us. But like for a lot of people online, I notice that like I'll see a clip of somebody like, wow, that was such a dumb opinion, and then the person will fucking hate me forever. And people will say shit like, oh my God, like you burned so many bridges. And I was like, I criticized like one opinion this guy had, and then now they took it personally, and they were like, it's like the end of our relationship. It was like, I don't know. But yeah, it seems like, I don't think Dick takes it too personally. And I've got like there's like two people I know that like don't take it super personally, where you can have an argument with them and then afterwards like it's whatever. But yeah, people just go crazy over that shit.
They do.
No, I'm old, man. I'm in constant pain. I don't care what people on the internet say. I don't care. I mean, I like getting pissed off online and shouting, but if you don't build the bridge back up, you get less shouting, right?
Or if you,
at the end of the day,
if you actually like, and I say this to people all the time, man, if you do like the online politics, fighting, arguing and shit, if you log off and you still carry that shit with you, if you're like super angry and upset and depressed and mad and all sorts of other mental illnesses that people are collecting like Pokemon now on Twitter, if you have that shit going on, like just unplug, like seriously, just delete your account. Why would you why would you willingly engage in something that's like destroying your mind? I don't know. That shit is crazy to me.
People get themselves worked up into a tizzy on Twitter in particular. Like it was like I used to open Twitter, and this was a few months ago. I unfollowed everything but crypto accounts and like people who followed me, because I was like, this is the time I'm going to figure out how cryptocurrency works. And I still haven't figured it out really, but I'm trying. But like I remember just a few months ago, like Chris Pratt was trending on Twitter, and I'm like, oh, Chris Pratt, he's the guy that everybody likes. Well, I guess something changed because everybody on Twitter is like, this fucking fundamentalist, borderline Westboro Baptist, gay hater, race, and it's like, why? And it's like, well, because he's going to church.
He did like the smallest Christian thing, and then they extrapolated that and found a reason to dislike him. It's crazy. I still like him.
Like, oh, he's like,
he hunts too. When they saw him wearing camouflage, like he was hunting, there was a whole like backlash because he shoots animals.
I want to talk about Alex Jones a little longer.
That
Please do.
is in deep water, and I'm
How does
loving
that
it.
work? How do you actually?
I'm
What did Alex do to you?
He
Other
touched
than
me in my
entertain you
naughty
for all
spot.
these years.
Oh, we got to get Woody to get his payout.
Here's the problem I have with what happened there. It's not that Alex Jones got in a heap of trouble because what he said.
Because they're after all our First Amendment rights.
It really is that though, because if
I knew it. I fucking knew it. It's on every right wing conspiracy.
Watch the video of his lawyer, or not his lawyer, the plaintiff's lawyer, saying that he wants them to award as much damage as possible so that it takes out InfoWars permanently. He made it about shutting down InfoWars, not punishing Alex Jones. To me, that says this is about crushing dissent. This is not about punishing Alex.
Crushing dissent?
Yes.
This guy made a business out of saying that these were child actors.
No. He already had the
parents were lying. He sold supplements and made a wealthy man out of himself. He told his followers to harass the surviving parents of the children. And they were at the parents' house giving them shit, harassing them, haranguing them.
That's horrible.
On his direction.
This is not about punishing him. This is about taking out InfoWars.
It's a fine against Alex Jones.
It's a fine against Alex Jones that is targeting the assets of Alex Jones, which include the lawyer said it, dude. The lawyer said we should be taking out.
But you're acting like it's about punishing dissent. Instead, it's actually about punishing Alex Jones.
No,
they're not after everybody else who's talking. They're after Alex Jones and only Alex Jones.
Because he's the first target. This is not.
Oh, is he the first target?
It's going to be Alex Jones, and then it's going to be Libertarian
Tucker Carlson
Republic,
next,
and it's going to be Tucker Carlson. Like that's who it's going to be next. And call it slippery slope all you want. That is what it is. You don't think the Nazis were sitting there in 1933 going, all right, we're going to take out someone acceptable first and then try and link people to them? It's exactly what they did. It is the playbook. It's in Saul Alinsky's playbook, Rules for Radicals. The whole thing is mapped out. This is what they do.
What I'm hearing is they're taking out someone who's acceptable, but you're not okay with this because you're worried that somewhere down the line they'll take out someone who's not acceptable.
I'm worried that that's where it's leading, yes. I'm
Well,
worried that
I think if we take out people who are acceptable, we don't have a problem.
But the whole point is to start it with someone who everyone's kind of
Your
like.
argument
"All
is
right,
we
yeah, sure."
need to keep this guy on the air. Okay, we
No,
can
no.
punish him a little bit, but we don't want to lose InfoWars.
No,
That'd be a problem.
No,
we need to keep this guy.
Don't reframe my argument. That's not what I said.
think I'm pretty much on target here.
No,
You
you're
said
not.
they're
No.
going after InfoWars, and that's your chief complaint.
That is my complaint, is that they're going after InfoWars deliberately, not just Alex Jones. If they were trying to punish Alex Jones, the money would have been way lower.
So you're saying Alex Jones is not InfoWars?
That is what I'm saying. InfoWars is an entire company
Owned by Alex Jones.
Sure.
That
He's the only
sells
thing I know
pills
about
and-
InfoWars.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it. It's essentially
come
Alex
on.
Jones.
Hey, Gwyneth Paltrow's company that sells pills is the same fucking pills. I'm not even kidding. They're the same pills. Gwyneth Paltrow sells them. Joe Rogan sells them. Alex Jones sells them. They all
Alex
renamed
Jones
and
owns
repackaged
the pill
it.
company.
No,
the
he
pill
doesn't.
company.
No, he doesn't own the pill company.
I just
He
read it
contracts the
today.
pill company. He contracts the pill company. He
And then
owns
the pill
he
company
owns
is
the branding for the pills he sells. He is not the guy who owns the supplement company. That is the same company that supplies Gwyneth Paltrow with her shit. It's the same pills.
It's funny because I read it today, and look, I'm only as good as my sources. It could be wrong, but it said he owns the pill company, and the pill company is transferring its money into a trust, and the trust is named after Alex Jones' initials.
You are talking about the branding of Alex Jones' pill company. That
What does it matter?
they buy
It's
the
a
pills
separate
from someone else.
financial entity. I don't care how they contract the pills.
They buy the pills from someone else. That's the point.
It doesn't make a difference.
Yes, it does. Because it's not Alex Jones's pill company. You're saying they
So they
sell
might
pills.
outsource the
I'll tell you one thing
manufacturing.
I know,
That
because
doesn't mean
everybody
it's not
else-
his.
Everyone else is selling the pills.
They
So it's
outsource
not
the
the pills that are
manufacturing.
the
This doesn't
issue.
make any difference. It doesn't make it not his pill company. It is.
No, the supplement company is his, but he's not the one manufacturing the pills. You're acting like
Who cares if he manufactures the
You're
pills?
acting like he's the only one doing it.
Maybe I
It's
lost
like
the
saying
plot here.
Apple doesn't make phones because they outsource their
No.
manufacturing. to
It's
Foxconn.
not the same thing. This iPhone right here, this is an Apple iPhone designed by Apple and then constructed by someone else. If you were to take this phone and buy it generic from somebody else and rebrand it, that's what Alex Jones is doing. So by saying, oh, well, he made his money selling these, yeah, he did. But the InfoWars was around before Sandy Hook happened. He was selling the pills before Sandy Hook happened. Yes, he gained followers from the Sandy Hook thing, and that is a tragedy, it is horrible, and he should absolutely be punished for that. But what they are doing is deliberately trying to take out a dissenting voice in the media marketplace. That is what they are trying to do.
Yeah, who's they?
The fucking establishment.
The
We're acting like the
establishment,
Democrats
because
and
it
the
was
Republicans-
actually done by a jury of 12. It was a civil suit, and the jury
And everything
awarded
you're
it.
basing
Did Alex
this
Jones
on,
have an opportunity to defend himself in this trial?
everything you're basing this
Alex
argument
Jones
on,
did have an opportunity
No, he
to
did
defend
not.
himself.
No,
No,
he
he
did
did.
not.
He
They
went
said
for years
prosecutors
not
did.
cooperating with the
No,
trial.
he did
went,
cooperate. He did
No,
cooperate.
he didn't show up every time they tried to depose him. Boom.
No. You know exactly what happened.
No.
Exactly what happened here.
They tried to
You know
depose
that it
him
was
and
a
he didn't
discovery
show.
issue.
And
You
then he
know
had a
that it was a
rotating
discovery
cast of
issue.
lawyers.
They would not accept that what he gave them was
He
what
wouldn't
he
show
had.
up and talk. And then
because
he
they
pretended
weren't
he didn't
giving him
have
a
an
fair
opportunity.
trial.
So we agree now that he didn't show up when they
Sure,
tried to
but if they're
depose
not
him.
going to give the guy a fair
and then
trial,
and then his argument is that he didn't have a chance to defend himself. No, he didn't show up when they demanded his presence.
oh my god, you're totally leaving out half the story, but it's neither here nor there. Like you and I are not going to agree on this because I in my opinion,
No. Keep duking it out. You'll get to an agreement.
All right. You know what? You want me to say the agreeable phrase here? The establishment.
No.
Fine.
No.
The establishment media.
Keep
The establishment media.
Mhm.
The establishment political parties. They want to quash dissenting voices. The Democrats did it to Bernie Sanders. And I think that's something we can all agree on. The Democrats did it to Bernie Sanders with the superdelegates issue. Bernie won that primary. And the Democrats went and crushed him. And they do the exact same goddamn thing to media companies. For example, remember when Milo Yiannopoulos got taken out?
Yeah.
That wasn't the left who
remember
took
that.
Milo Yiannopoulos out. The right did that.
Mm.
When they find people within their movement that they don't like, they will attack them. They will take them down. And of course, they're going to attack people on either
Did
side.
they also have a jury of 12 that I guess they secretly manipulated or paid under the table in some way to get them to award a judgment against him? Like, what is the mechanism that this happened? I get the dark, shadowy lizard people, the establishment got them to take out Alex
Don't compare
Jones.
what I am saying to the dark, shadowy lizard people. I'm talking about legitimate things. I'm talking about the fact that Stephen
There's
Paddock
a jury
killed,
that made it.
57 people and we don't know why. I'm talking about the fact that Jeffrey Epstein absolutely didn't kill himself, but we keep pretending he did. That's what I'm talking about. Like, you're talking about lizard
I'm
people.
talking about Alex Jones
Sure.
having a jury settlement awarded against him, and
Okay.
you'd rather talk about anything but that because you don't have any
you
evidence.
put a guy on the stand. He's not allowed to defend himself, and you just feed the jury information. You get up there and you tell the jury.
What
his lawyer
happened
told the
was
jury
Alex
to
Jones
award
wouldn't
the
show up for
maximum
his
amount
own
of
trial so many times that
Can-
the judge was forced to order a summary judgment. And then he said that he wasn't allowed to defend himself, when in reality, he wouldn't show up to his own defense. And then he pretends to be the victim.
He was up there on the stand being questioned, not allowed to defend himself to a jury, while the lawyer for the opposition told them they should award the maximum damages to take out his media company.
So what happened in that scenario is he's up there on
video?
the stand and they ask him questions, and then he wants to go off about like how Hillary Clinton's a lizard person and make it his own InfoWars episode.
No,
and they're like, no. You have to actually answer the questions that you've been asked to you. You have to
So-
stay on topic, and
so
that's not what he wanted to do.
The opposition's lawyer got shut down by the judge for leading the jury, for telling the jury how they should find this, and to tell the jury like all this information. He got shut down numerous times because he was out of order, because he was out of line. And you're going to sit here and tell me that Alex Jones was the only guy causing problems? Sure, Alex did use the opportunity while he was on stage, knowing he was about to get taken down for everything he's worth, to call out the establishment and the corruption. But everyone's sitting here being like, boo, Alex Jones. He has some valid fucking points, okay? Most of them aren't valid.
Is it the lizard people, the pedophile ring, or the Sandy Hook conspiracy that are his valid points?
The Epstein
the
thing is his
pedophile
valid
thing,
point. The
he ended
pedophile
up
thing
being
is
right
completely
on.
valid. That is true.
Matt Gaetz, you talking about?
No, Matt Gaetz was being extorted, and you know that. Why are you doing this? Why do you?
I'm just saying he fucked 17-year-olds.
Matt Gaetz, there is absolutely no evidence of that, by the way. That was
His
completely
Venmo transactions are evidence.
His Venmo transactions that what? He gave a 17-year-old money?
Yeah.
That's evidence? All right, fine. Bill Clinton was on Epstein's private jet to Epstein's private island 26 times. Is that evidence that Bill Clinton molested those children?
I don't know if Bill Clinton did that, but your number's wrong with the 26 times, kind of.
How?
Well, it's because these flights had multiple legs and they kind of exaggerate it. Like, I think there were like 6 trips that
If
turned
somebody
into
were-
like 26 legs.
Okay, fine.
And
6
that's where
trips.
that number comes from.
6 times he went to this island where it was
No,
open
none of the
secret.
trips were to the island.
Oh my god. We know he holy shit.
If you look at the flight log, literally none of them were to the island.
I don't have a Jamie to sit here and be like, "Hey, Jamie, pull that up." But my point
We
here
do.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Did the flight log show him going to the island, or does it show him going to
Bill
like,
Clinton
fucking
went to the
Africa and New York and etc.?
And it doesn't matter because we know that Epstein brought the fucking kids to New York with him.
That might be true. It's just that I was correcting you when you said he went to the island.
All right, wait. So Matt Gaetz Venmoing somebody money is evidence that he molested 17-year-olds.
And
Bill
her
Clinton hanging out.
testimony.
Bill
She
Clinton
said she fucked him.
So did fucking what was her name? Virginia something?
Who's
Virginia Jeffrey, I think is her name.
I don't know this person.
And Prince Andrew's walking scot-free. Bill Clinton's walking free. Fuck, I don't care if Trump was on the flight logs. We should know every single goddamn name in that black book. This is the first time anybody's ever been convicted of sex trafficking without a single client named.
What if it's better for the American people if we don't know, though?
I can see no circumstance under which it is better for the American people that we don't know which of our
Yeah, it'd be
politicians are
better to
pedophiles.
know if they were
What
doing that.
if
shit,
holding
who's doing it.
influence over foreign powers allows America to be more prosperous and powerful
Don't care.
than making enemies of them?
Don't care.
So
I'm
we
with
should not be-
Kyle.
We should
I'm
not
on
be
even if it's
pedo.
I'm just asking. I just keep this file on the sheik of wherever the fuck Stan, because now he's going to sell us his oil just right, and whenever we tell him to. And if we tell him to make this much, he'll make that much. And if we tell him to pour it out on the ground, he will too.
Nope.
Yeah, I'd hang on to them pictures.
I wouldn't.
Flight logs. and Sheik whoever the fuck would sell me some cheap oil.
If I had that shit, it would be published in the.
What are they gonna do to him if we out him? He's just gonna be embarrassed in the West and like keep doing his thing over there.
Maybe, but at least we said it. That's where I stand on it.
I'll keep it quiet.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm not saying Bill Clinton doesn't fuck children. He might. I'm only saying that the flight logs don't have him on the island.
He's got a bad heart. I doubt he's doing it anymore. Chances are.
We need to introduce him to Blue Chew.
With a little Blue Chew, the man can get up to the job.
All right, so we got our Jamie to fact check it. He doesn't. There's no flight log saying he goes to the island.
Okay, so we can go to the island.
But
we have pictures of the victims in Epstein's New York apartment. So if you went to New York with him, fuck it, fine. That's enough.
Is it? I gotta see him in the apartment.
Should at least be investigated, shouldn't it?
I gotta see him in the apartment.
We should know which names are in that book.
All I'm hearing right now is he went to New York one time and he flew on a plane. I've been on planes.
You guys cannot be sitting here like.
I don't like Bill Clinton.
You cannot.
But I'm not about
like Bill Clinton.
On one hand, you're wanting to like, come on, don't go after Alex Jones' company.
No.
Don't you know that there are people that work there on the other?
I said punish Alex
Jones. I heard Bill Clinton went to New York one time where his wife's the senator. A likely story.
You guys are pinning something weird on me. I said both of these people should be punished.
Well, because what you do is you're like, maybe we should look at this. And it's like, well, you're insinuating that we should look at that because X, Y, and Z. Like you're kind of implying things, but not standing behind what you're implying.
You went pretty far on Matt Gaetz being innocent, even though
I have
the
yet
girl
to see
he fucked said he fucked her, and there's the Venmo transaction
and
for
the fucking prosecutors said that they didn't have enough evidence and that the witnesses were unreliable.
That's right. They said the witnesses were unreliable, which I wonder if, like, this time I'm thinking weird cover up. Maybe I'm being biased. Maybe this is my bias coming through, but I'm like, this guy's a sitting member of the House of Representatives, and they're like, you know what? The witness is unreliable. Let's not pursue this case.
If I'm being honest, like, I just don't care because it doesn't matter. They're like, it just doesn't matter.
You know, my thing is this. I think everyone agrees this is consensual. I hate that she's 17, but 17
with the Matt Gaetz
in Florida. Yeah, I'm on the Matt Gaetz thing. Yeah. If people don't know the details, and I think I have this right, in fast forward, she was 17. She was in college. All her friends were 19. They were on a website where you look for sugar babies. They hired a couple of them. They flew them to wherever, and I think they paid them like $800 or $900 to fuck.
Is that all?
Yeah, and
for how long?
She's like, it was consensual by her part. She lied about her age, right? And so Matt Gaetz is under the impression she was 19. They have their party, they do their thing, and then they bring her back. And they're satisfied customers, and she's a satisfied sex worker. That's like how it went. It turns out that because they traveled for this party, that makes it illegal. Had it been in Florida, it would have been, I think, a little scummy because she's 17.
It is scummy.
But she lied about being 17, and it was only illegal because she crossed lines. And I just feel like it's a bit of a technicality. Like, but it is what it is. And they decided not to prosecute him because they said that the witnesses were unreliable.
Good.
That's what's up. I hear that, and I'm like, I wonder if someone scratched somebody's back. I don't know.
Being scummy is the American fucking way. You want to talk founding fathers? Benjamin Franklin loved getting after it. He was all the time in France, just whores left and right. And 17 would have been old for Benjamin Franklin. Okay,
is that part true?
A 17-year-old would have walked in.
I don't know if there's necessarily evidence for that, but I would be shocked.
No, there's not. But
17 was definitely not considered underage in the 1700s. But no, I mean, to be very clear about my stance on this, I think Alex Jones should be punished. I think he absolutely should be fined multiple millions of dollars. He should pay for the pain and suffering and all of that. I just worry that what we're seeing here is, and honestly, I think Matt Gaetz should be, investigated to the fullest extent possible. Bill Clinton too. Fuck Donald Trump. Same thing. All of them. I want investigations into all of these people. But
Trump has a problem. Apparently, there's a chick accusing him of rape, and she has the DNA on the dress. We'll see where it goes.
Yeah, I don't know.
He was just ordered to show up for being deposed.
Oh wait, is that the New York Attorney General one?
Yeah,
who's losing her race to a Republican right now, and suddenly has a criminal charge to file.
Dude, that is political. I'm torn, right? I mentioned to my wife, I was like, dude, this is politically motivated. She ran on the platform of I will go after Trump. That makes it politically motivated, right? Like, is this a witch hunt? It could be. And she was like, well, what if she ran on the platform of I'll take down the mob? does that make that politically motivated? And I'm like, I hear your counterpoint.
Yeah, I'm not saying I don't believe it or like that it's impossible because it's politically motivated. I just am very aware of the fact that it's politically motivated.
I know that this isn't the way the law works. You don't have to prove your innocence. You have to prove their guilt.
Yeah.
But he could easily prove his innocence by giving him some DNA and proving that it's not his, but he doesn't want to. Instead, he said, she's not my type. And
yeah, I don't know.
It's pretty hot. She was totally his type. She was like a blonde, hot woman.
Saying that I hate you in anger is so much different than saying you're going to kill your children in anger. Like,
Woody, let me run this. Let me catch you up real quick.
Roger that.
One of Michael's patients came to him because his wife told him, I have a gun hidden in the house. I plan to kill you, all 3 children. So he hooked up with Michael and they went to Costa Rica and left the kids with her. And it all worked out. And Michael says that I'm sitting here smugly judging her. Shut up, Michael. Michael, won't you? You're being a little smug there for someone who's on the side of a house somewhere with birds calling and dogs barking. I heard a stranger walk by a minute ago. Don't be rude to me and cut me off. I let you trail on for 3 fucking, I don't know how many stories of nonsense. All I said was, this sounds like a terrible human being. And if my wife threatened my children, she wouldn't be my wife anymore. And that's not a crazy thing or coming from a smug place. That's a normal thing coming from a sane place.
It does sound like she needed some help to reset, right? Like,
no, she didn't do the drugs. He left her with the kids and he did drugs.
I did follow what I was saying, but she was the one who was off her rocker, it sounds like. Like, she needed to be committed. Yeah. Before she made a terrible decision. You think?
I do. Yeah, I think so. Like, if someone's threatening that to their children,
but I don't
think you can. Yeah.
And she got over it. Like, why did that work?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, was he making her crazy? Did him leaving make her rethink where she was?
I think he had cheated on her. And she was Asian, so that was extra bad.
Oh, I didn't know anything about that. And did they live happily ever after? Did they put it back together, or did they get a divorce and get that right? Michael?
Actually, they're still married.
They're still married.
They have, for everything you can tell, much better relationship, and they seem to be doing great.
I think there's a little luck involved on this, right?
Yeah.
If she was losing her mind,
like it's just, there was something going on with her, obviously. Like, I would think that was the principal problem here. It's just, the whole situation is so bizarre to me. Like, because I'm just putting myself in that space of hearing someone I'm married to threatening my children and then going on a trip. Like, that's insane. Like, you see that, right, Michael?
Guys, we're in a place where, like, we're just not talking about the same thing anymore.
Oh, maybe you can help me catch up. Like,
I don't really know what we're trying to do right now.
Have a normal human being conversation amongst
what
4 non-brain-addled individuals.
I think what Kyle was saying initially was that the whole, like, LSD thing can be good, but you caught us off guard with this story because it's so far beyond what you should be seeking psychedelics for. If your spouse is threatening the lives of your children, to go on a trip and do LSD is madness, instead of taking action and being like, we got to protect our kids. I think if it's as serious as you laid out initially, of her saying, I hid a gun and I'm going to kill you and the children, you got to take that more seriously. That's not a I need to be enlightened situation. That's there is a life and death situation potentially, and this must be rectified.
Well, dude, all you guys are saying is that you don't believe this story because
no one has said that once.
No.
Not once.
You clearly
said
are.
That 3 times though.
You clearly are.
I don't believe the story now because you're so defensive about it.
You keep suggesting
did I ask that in a confusing way?
Should have happened, although actually what happened was the best possible outcome. So you're telling me that it should have gone another way when what I'm telling you is it went great. So
you're telling me you walked into the street blindfolded, found $100, and so that's must work. That's the way to walk across the street.
Yeah, I was gonna say something similar. Like I have I've been on a hockey team, and they say, Woody, play your position. And then I don't play my position and I score. And they're like, I hate it when bad ideas work out. Right? It's still a good idea to play your position, even though this one time it worked for you. Mm-hmm. So if your wife is threatening your kids to leave her alone with the kids, like, even though it worked out, he needed to play his position. No, you don't see it like that?
He's culpable. If she killed him, I feel like he's almost as guilty as her.
I feel like you guys are fixating on one part of the story.
That's the interesting part.
I might not have the whole story.
No, Kyle laid it out. Yeah.
Oh, you think I do? Okay.
The interesting part is not what might sound most sensational, but the interesting part is actually what happened. And
the sensational part happened too. It's 2 for 2. It's that beats the other part, because the other part just happened and it's not sensational. You've got sensational reality. I never said the story didn't happen. What I'm saying is the story is so ridiculous that it's fascinating.
Yeah.
That I want to do a case study on it. That I want to. If I knew that guy's address, I'd call the police in his area and tell them, hey, there's a crazy lady over there who's threatening her children. The cops should know. The cops should know.
They should.
Everyone who knows who isn't telling is culpable in some manner.
We're dicking each other all the time. I wanted to ask though, because I don't follow it closely, but I do follow Dick on Twitter, and I see lots of hot takes on COVID. Like I want to get your catch up on the virus and everything, because I enjoy it.
How much time do you have?
4 hours.
Is this going to be as heated as the circumcision debate?
I hope.
Are there a lot of grandma lovers in here simping for grandma that wanted to shut the economy down in the first place?
Real quick, before Dick goes, Taylor, are you on Wi-Fi or something? Your camera and audio.
No, hardwired in.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm on my desktop.
Okay.
Simping for grandma. Tell me more.
Simping for grandma. Oh, we can't risk. When it first started, so I had a live show planned. It's like 300 tickets sold. I had an illegal liquor salesman all set up for a show downtown LA.
It's like Epstein's Island. Is that what you're doing?
You know what's fucked? It's all of it, like everything else in my life. It goes back to fucking Maddox. I had this. So I had a live show planned in LA in like March, I think, where we were gonna have a funeral for Maddox. I was gonna have a big coffin. And everybody would come up and put like books of his, and everyone would come up and read a eulogy, and really like a shitty eulogy, right? And then we'd have a
roast.
What?
Like a roast
of someone whose career was dead, because the character is dead, right? But
wow.
But Maddox, so the venue called me one day and said, your event's canceled. We found out it wasn't a comedy event at all. We found that it was a hate speech conference or something. I said, what are you talking about? What's a hate speech conference? Like, you think I'm having Richard Spencer and David Duke and I'm Mexican. First of all, you idiot, go look at this contract we just signed. It's not a white name. So a series of prank callers called the venue to complain. Like I said this on the show, and their Yelp gets bombed, which was which is awesome. And then a bunch of prank callers hit them up, and eventually one of them tricked the venue into admitting he pretended to be the city umptroller, Steve Dan, or something like that. That was his entire name, only a first name. He had no last name, Steve Dan. And he got them to tell them that a guy named Maddox had called the venue and emailed them over and over until they pulled my show. Wow. I forget. Oh yeah, COVID though. So I had to move it at the last minute to this warehouse downtown that had no liquor license. And they said, "Oh yeah, don't even try to get one, because then they'll have to come in and review the code of this place, and it's not up to code either." So,
it's a real death trap.
Yeah, it's a real death trap. So don't even try to get a liquor license. They already know that you shouldn't be having an event here. And I said,
there's one exit, and it doesn't work well.
If I'm going to jail, I guess I should go big. So I set that up, and like a week before, everybody had their flights and everything all canceled. The Sunday before, Newsom locked everything down. But up until that, I was like, wow, I don't know. This seems pretty serious. Maybe we should start washing our hands more and not like eat out of the salad bar at Soup Plantation or whatever people do. Maybe we should do that. But then they shut it down. And I said, okay, this is this is a blatant violation of how many amendments? First, the fourth, fifth. How many amendments are they just shutting? Surely people aren't going to get on board with this. And then it's been 3 months of me growing into a more Kurtzian, heart of darkness state where every day I wake up with more loathing of my fellow man for the amount of additional restrictions that I have to go through every day, being told preemptively that I'm responsible for the murder of my the tacit murder of my fellow citizens because I'm not protecting them enough from the invisible enemy. I think that the U.S., everybody's terrified in the U.S. I think that the journalists and the people have been preparing for a war with Trump in some way that just hasn't happened in the last 4 years are all just, and the people who don't want to work in America are all doubling, tripling, quadrupling down on the idea that this virus is dangerous to anybody who's under 79, which is the average life expectancy of people in America, just to purposefully fuck over people like me who actually want to work. Like this entire thing, this entire ridiculous mess is a civil war from bums who sit on the couch and blue check marks and bums who sit on their couches and tweet all fucking day and people like me who just want to go to fucking work without getting bitched at. I have not seen, and then of course the studies roll in. Every lab. Oh, how many tests did you have? Oh, 100%. We had 100% positive test rate. Really want to check on that? Just checked. It actually was 9%. So that's our bad. How many of you are there? A couple hundred. I don't know. And the hospitals, why? What did this guy die of? COVID. Oh, he's 85 and he's fat as a house and he's fat as a couch too. Does that have anything to do with it? Hey man, you've got the governor of New York who's cramming old people into nursing homes like he's a frat boy, like he's a college freshman trying to stuff a telephone booth. And and children have to go to school. My girlfriend went from being gone 12 hours a day as a teacher to being home 27 hours a day. And we are forced to live together for the first. I am now properly living with a woman for 3 months, and this is what it's done to me. So you're telling me that I am a danger to society because I won't wear a mask? I have news for you. I am a danger either way now. This lockdown has poisoned my mind irrevocably. I can feel it like mercury creeping up the back of my spine every day and trying to chew out the back of my skull. It's driving me insane, and I will defend that till the day I die. Is that what you meant, Taylor?
Yeah, that was what. Dude, that was such a good rant. I believe everything you said now.
Yeah, man.
That was good.
What do you guys think?
You really, the whole, she used to be gone 12 hours a day and now she's not. I can't imagine how difficult that's been for you.
I'm just trying to add more rooms onto the house, and then I'm going to cut one off. So
I feel like that's what she's a teacher, right? And you're claiming she works 12 hours a day?
She was gone 12 hours a day.
Myth busted, Dick. Teachers don't work 12 hours a day.
Well, teachers don't work any hours a day.
Teachers work like 4 hours a day tops, Dick.
Oh my gosh.
She would leave in the morning. She's got an hour drive to work. She's got an hour Pilates. She likes to work out before work. And then she's got an hour drive home. It was about, I don't know. She'd get home at like 4 every day.
Isn't this one of the 5 months a year they don't work at all?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, now, but this has been going on since March. And they're talking about not starting it up again. And I'm going to go to school. Nobody's going to school. I'm going to go I'm going to get a sleeping bag. I'm living at school now. I'm going to be teaching a class to all the other members of No Ma'am.
So, Dick, it's not even an American thing, though, right? Like every epidemiologist and virologist on the planet seems to agree that we're having some sort of pandemic. You think that they're all involved in this hoax?
I think that no. The hoax is that. So there's a couple things that I think are the hoax. The lockdown, masks.
Masks are a hoax.
Masks are a hoax, and they've been back and forth on. Like at first they said they don't do shit. Don't buy them. Now
you know why they said that though, right? They said that because they were trying to make sure that people in healthcare had masks before we did.
Yeah, well, that's a funny thing about lying. If you just say flat out, don't buy them because we need them for doctors, I believe you. If you say they don't work and we need them for doctors, I'm like, all right.
Agree. I completely agree.
You don't get to take back both. You can take back the one.
No, you're right.
The initial statement from the World Health Organization was, "Don't buy masks; it won't help."
Because the WHO did a study. They released it last year where they found that in an influenza pandemic, washing your hands, masks, and cleaning surfaces don't do shit. Like mechanically, they will break down a virus, but in practice, the meta-analysis was they don't do shit. I mean, it's that's not even what drives me insane about it, though. It's it's everybody's like armchair science take on why you're the devil if you don't.
Didn't you just do that? I was like, you're throwing bullshit at armchair scientists. You just explained to me that masks and soap and something else. I don't even know what else.
Clean surfaces. No, that's the WHO. You can go read the WHO report. I'm reading what they put out. I don't know. That's what they said in the report. It doesn't hurt anything, so we still recommend it, but we don't have any science that says it works.
I think that it is killing some old people, and I think that I've seen some reports where it like really fucked up the lungs of some people. I also saw where the NFL had like 75 players that tested positive this week. I'm gonna keep washing my hands, wearing my mask. I think when I go out,
go for it.
Yeah. But I think that. I think that they should send the kids back, but make them wear masks. And I also think that if this virus was just a little bit more deadly, then this could kill all the stupid people. Like this could be a great thing.
Wait, according to that theory, we're losing dick.
I thought it was a gift from God at first. If you recall, the virus says this is awesome. It wipes out everybody over 60 and people who are too dumb to wash their hands. Thank you, God. I've been praying my whole life for something like this. And then what do you know? The government shut that beautiful virus down. So with the testing really pisses me off too, because we went from being as a society, we went from 15 days to stop the spread, like we got to flatten the curve, to, well, let's just keep everything locked down until it magically goes away, which never happens. Like there's a flu season every year. You can try to not get it yourself, but you can't stop a fucking virus. If you could stop a virus, they wouldn't exist. That's like their whole thing is that they can just kind of creep. You think a wall doesn't work, but you think a mask will? Okay. You got
that
it.
Is a cogent comparison.
Yes, that is a salient observation. I mean, walls and masks, it's just apples and apples, the comparison right there. And
thank you.
I will say illegal immigrants are a lot bigger than the 0.3 microns, right?
Oh, you hush.
Some of them are small.
Ones you know of.
Seen these guys.
They're smaller than Americans typically.
Typically.
Dick, are you in Los Angeles, Dick?
Yeah, I am. Can you tell?
I am too. And I definitely hear the frustration in your voice because I had this frustration
subtle.
first. I had this frustration for the first month and a half to 2 months here because Los Angeles is exactly the opposite of the way it should be. Because you come to the city because it's busy. There's anything you can do. There's the beaches. There's the mountains. There's people everywhere. There's movie theaters, whatever, restaurants, and it's now the shittiest place in the world. It's the worst city to be in. I'm from Los Angeles. I was born and raised here. And it is no longer a place that you want to be anymore. And it sucks. It sucks. And so I hear that frustration in your voice very much.
Why don't you want to be there anymore? Because
there's nothing to do. There's nothing to do.
Taken the entire value of being in the city.
What you're doing is you're paying shitloads of money. And you're honestly at this point now I'm fighting traffic because there are people driving around. But you can't do anything. There's literally you move to the city to do things, right? You move to the city for the food and for the people and for the bars and for the movie theaters and for the surrounding areas and all that. There's none of it.
I see.
It's all gone. It was on the 4th of July. I was driving to Santa Barbara on the 4th of July because I was like, I really want to go to the beach, right, for one fucking day. And all the signs along the freeway, all beaches closed. All beaches closed. And I was like, are you fucking kidding? They're closing like thousands and thousands and thousands of square feet of beach where I can stand outside away from so many people because they're afraid that I guess people are going to stand all right next to each other on the beach. I don't know. It was just it blew my mind, and it made me very, very sad. Very sad.
It's because chicks don't want to go out. They love this. They love sitting at home and posting on Instagram, and they don't want to have to go on dates again. So they're going to keep it locked down indefinitely.
Yeah, no, it's. I think quarantine life agrees with me mostly. You know, every so often I get out and I really, really like it, but inside's okay too. I started quarantining about 4 weeks before the pandemic.
Oh wow! So like in February?
About that, yeah. That's when I discovered Tarkov. Escape from Tarkov, the game.
I was buying food in January. Like as soon as things started looking a little bit rough,
Really? Wow.
I was stockpiling. Yeah, I've been locked down for a while.
Man, I hate it. I can't stand it.
Oh, this is best. Working from home, my quality of life has never been higher. It's awesome.
Yes.
I have a home gym with my barbell and all my plates and everything. The amount of free time you have is unbelievable. It's fantastic. I don't ever go back.
I have the home gym. I've had it for years. I've been working from home. I converted to work from home back in September. But it is still driving me insane. It's like it's weird. It's I know everybody's taking it differently, so I can hear it in Dick's voice, and that's why I'm like I can sympathize with that feeling because I know how it feels.
I like your references to like Dick. I can tell you're frustrated. As if like
I mean,
that de-escalation doesn't work on me. FYI, I took re-escalation classes specifically.
I'm actually not trying to de-escalate you at all.
I wasn't. I was just kidding. What I interpret that as is this like, you know what? I'm a good judge of body language, and I'm getting a subtle vibe of frustration.
The thing is like I don't agree with all of everything that Dick has said, but also at the same time, like it fucking sucks.
Not even I do.
I don't agree with anything that Dick said.
You're getting very upset.
I mean, look, if you test more, there's gonna be more positive results, right? You're gonna have more sick people if you test more. Can we agree with that?
True.
Can we agree on that?
No, I was with you until you said more sick people. You'll have more you'll have more positive tests, not more sick people.
Yeah, that's synonymous. I think,
infected
with what he meant.
people.
Like you'll find more infected people the more people you test. And what's like made me think like we actually are kind of over the curve with all this stuff is like the death totals are like in a lot of days like a tenth of where they were. There were times where we were having like 2,000 or 3,000 people die a day a couple months ago. Now there's days where it's like 350. Even though it's like those days where 3,000 people died, there'd be like 30,000 positive cases. Whereas today there might be one. The highest day was 62,000.
Florida's blowing up. Florida's blowing up right now. They're about to fucking implode.
But their deaths aren't going.
Deaths aren't.
They're not going in
Give it a
tandem
fucking
with
week.
So their deaths are going up.
That's what they've been saying about the Middle East for 18 years.
Oh,
Give it a week.
Hold
Give it 2
on.
weeks.
Their deaths are already on the uptick. But Taylor does have a point in that the deaths aren't as bad as they used to be. The mortality rate is dropping, and it's because they're treating it better. They used to think ventilators were the bomb. Now they're like, ventilators tend to kill people. The bomb is steroids, and I guess it's important that you like flip them around, spend some time on your belly, spend some time on your back, etc. I don't know why that matters, but it seems to help based on what I saw. But yeah, so the treatments are improving.
I had so much fun listening to 30 to 45% of Dick and Hutch going at it. That was great. I would just as it was starting to get interesting, I'd hear Hutch be like, "Oh yeah, well,
gotta catch up on the VOD now."
Hutch, man,
you need a new
it's an
camera, man. You look like a creep, Taylor, from that angle.
Camera's working fine.
It's the curtains. It's those fucking curtains.
Yeah.
It looks like he's in Wing's back room or something. This is ridiculous. He's vacationing in Conway, South Carolina at a very classy establishment. As you
Bud
can
Dwyer
see.
filter on.
My God. Any minute, some fucking...
I'm at
inbred
Wing's
hillbilly's
house, if you must know.
See?
Why don't you try turning off the video so it's just the audio, so there's less of a chance of it fucking up?
Oh, he wants to bless us with this image. Oh, and lose this? What are you
I actually like
about?
the image so much. I'm getting
Hey, this is the podcast, Hutch. We need that still image of Taylor with the green curtains.
What's wrong with it? Why do you like this?
I want to ask how you guys
Because
have
I'm
been
on
able to do
vacation.
when did you guys start this podcast? 2010,
like 12 years ago or some shit.
I don't know.
How
What
you
is
guys, man?
52 divided 709?
I mean, who doesn't have 5 hours to spare every week for the rest of your life?
Has it been tough at any point, or have you guys enjoyed it like literally the whole time?
Literally the whole time. It's always a goddamn blast. I like hanging out with these guys. I like sharing my stupid opinions. I think about, you know, I think during the week I'm watching the news like an old man, and I'm just, fuck you. I'd say this and that if I were there, but then I get to come on here and I get to say it, and it's fun. So yeah, love.
Oh yeah,
hanging out with our buddies and you know, still staying connected with like a bunch of people via the show is interesting. Like whether it's Harley or Drifter or somebody like that, or somebody like Hex, you know, like, and you, obviously, of course, you. Like it's we probably wouldn't interact too much if it weren't for this show. It's cool to hear from you every now and then.
I'm sorry, Kyle. I'm sorry. I genuinely apologize. This podcast exists because of Hutch's podcast. Like it is definitely was. What was it called? Your original you had it with CNNers and
Host Migration. I think it was called
Host Migration.
12 episodes. We only did like I don't even know if we got 10
that's
episodes.
This is a copycat podcast of yours. That's all we are.
Well, dude, Rogan is the reason why I got into YouTubing. So you can thank him. So
and you know why Rogan got into YouTubing? Opie and Anthony.
Is that right?
Credits, Rogan credits all of his podcasting to Opie and Anthony getting into that in the mid 2000s. And so, I love doing the show. When like a week goes by and I have to miss it, I'm always like, oh man, I haven't got to be a retard online in like a week. I would love to do that again because it's just fun, just shooting the shit, making. Usually, it's not as you know political as it's been tonight. Usually, it's like, hey, I'm gonna do Indian guy, you know, at a Baskin Robbins, and then everyone enjoys that, and it's fun.
Well, listen, put Dick and me in the same room, we're gonna probably find a way to go at it one way or the other.
Felcher,
that's
coming on to me?
I literally.
What the hell does that?
I'm not coming on to you. You are
earlier this week. Literally, I was like, because anytime I'm out of town, and this time for good reason, I'm always paranoid that my connection's going to drop and I'm going to not be able to participate. And I heard like Hutch is on, and then maybe an hour after that, I saw you guys going at it on Twitter a bit, and I was like, Chiz, please book Dick for the same episode.
Thank you.